Hey, what is shaking YouTube? Today, I'm going to show you guys 5 Balisong tricks that you guys should learn. If you already know how to do your basic aerial, well, this is what's next. These are 5 very simple variations that if you guys do a regular aerial, these will be right up your alley. So this is not a tutorial video. If you need a breakdown on any of these, let me know in the comments. I can try to get to it. I've already done a full tutorial on how to do your basic aerial. So if you don't know how to do that already, go back, watch that video, and then come back here. So first thing we're going to do is say you already know how to just do your aerial and open the knife. Okay, next thing you want to learn how to do is you want to learn the same trick but how to close the knife. It's the exact same thing. You don't see people do it as much. And it's really cool. It's a good way to end your combo. You could bust out a combo, end it with an aerial, close the knife, put it back in your pocket. It just looks really cool. And it's not any harder than your regular aerial. It's the same thing. You're just going to do it in the opposite order. So instead of starting with the knife closed, you start with the knife open and you throw it closed. Really nothing to it. So now that you know how to do an aerial, not just to open the knife, how to close the knife, you want to learn different ways to catch it, to make it more flary, to just do it into different tricks, to end you in different grips so you can go into other tricks from there, etc. So first one we're going to learn is an Icepick Aerial. So instead of catching the knife in just your standard grip, you're going to be catching it in an ice pick grip like that. So you're just going to throw it the same and catch it with your hand like that. Really nothing to it, so let's give it a try. And a little sloppy, but I did it. Let me do that again. My thumb got caught in there. Okay, one more time. And just like that. That is an Icepick Aerial. Not really any harder. If you can do a regular aerial, little practice, you'll be able to do that. No time at all. Okay, next. This one might be a little trickier at first, but just like all these, a little practice, you'll get it no problem. So now we're going to do a hand switch. So we're going to do an aerial from our right hand and catch it in your left hand. If you're right-handed like me, you want to learn it like this. Throwing the aerial with your right, catching it with your left. As you get better, then you can learn it throwing it with your left, catching it with your right. You could try with 2, switching hands. Get as crazy as you want. But you want to start off like this. So it's really easy. Basically, nothing to it. You just throw it in one, catch it just like a standard aerial. You could even do this like an ice pick, but first learn the basic one first. So we're just going to throw an aerial and we're going to catch it with our other hand. So once again, started with my right hand, caught it with my left hand. So nothing really to that. Okay, so now you've learned all these different, you've learned how to open it, you learned how to close it, you learned different ways you can catch it, switching hands, all that good stuff. So now you might want to start putting it into tricks. Now aerials, just like you can do them anytime your knife is like here. If you're doing an aerial to open, you could just flip it up from here. So anytime your knife ends up like this, you could flip it up like that. So the most basic one you could first learn would be just do a double rollout like that, but then flip it back over and then go into an aerial. So like this, so double rollout, flip it over, and aerial. Really, really easy. Double rollout, flip it over, and aerial. One more time, let me break it down in slow-mo. Okay, hopefully you guys could catch that. So, none of those are that hard. This one, slightly harder, but not really. So I'm assuming at this point you guys know how to do a Y2K rollover. So Y2K rollover, pretty basic trick. We are just going to do a Y2K rollover, but now when we get the knife here, we are going to do the same thing we just learned and flip it back up into an aerial. So it's going to look like this. We're going to do a Y2K. Oh, oops. I was trying to look at the viewfinder too much there. Y2K into an aerial. Y2K into an aerial. Y2K into an aerial. So, all those tricks, none of them are that hard. If you can do a regular aerial, you should be able to do all these. You don't need a fancy max ace knife like this or anything. You could use any, if you're you're new, you could learn all these on a trainer. If you're first learning aerials, you probably should learn them on a trainer anyways. I'll put a couple options you can get in different price ranges down below. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't cut yourself too bad, and I'll see you guys later.